بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم اللہم رب زدنی علما صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم آمین الحمدللہ رب العالمین. In this lecture, I will discuss the solutions of P1 variant 1-2 of March 2020. And for this, I am using the work of an outstanding and one of my best student, Miss Sayyida Muskan Zahra Zaidi of class 2022, the Lyceum. Well, all these instructions are very important, especially this last one. Give non-exact numerical answers correct to 3 significant figures or 1 decimal place for angles in degrees. Unless a different level of accuracy is specified in the question, must follow these instructions. An important advice for me and for everyone, we should be soft to others. 2 important tips to solve the paper in a good way. Number 1, read the questions carefully. Number 2, avoid careless mistakes. Question number 1. The function f is defined by, for this domain. Determine whether f is an increasing function, a decreasing function, or neither. Number 1, we need to simplify this function in order to differentiate this function easily. So first we need to bring this in numerator. When you will bring this in numerator, you will get this 3x plus 2 power minus 1 plus x square. This is the simplified form of f of x, and it's easy to differentiate this function now. When you will differentiate this, you will get minus 1 here. This is minus 1. This power will become minus 2, and the differential of this expansion will be 3, and this will become 2x. Now this is the simplified form of f prime x. Now there are 2 methods to observe or to check whether this function is increasing or decreasing or neither. Number 1, you can observe this expression for this domain. This is the method number 1. When you will observe this expression for this domain, you will see that this fraction without this negative sign is always positive because of this even power. And because of this negative sign, this entire thing will become negative for this domain. And this will always be negative for this domain. When you will put any value according to this inequality over here, you will always get a negative answer. So this entire thing is negative for this domain. It's here. Therefore, f prime x is negative because this expression is of f prime x. This is equal to f prime x. So when this expression is negative, that means f prime x is negative. Hence, f is a decreasing function. This is method number 1. You need to observe the expression for the given domain. Method 2. Method 2 is simple. You can just substitute any value of x which will satisfy this inequality. These are the possible values: minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and so on. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin ala kulli hal. So you can put any value of x into this f prime x. I'm substituting minus 2. You can substitute minus 3 or minus 4 if you want. So when we will substitute minus 2 into f prime x, we'll get minus 53 upon 16, which is negative. Since f prime x is negative for this domain, therefore f is a decreasing function. Question number 2. The graph of f of x is transformed to the graph of 1 plus f half x. Describe fully the 2 single transformations which have been combined to give the resulting transformation. To solve this question, you must be good at transformations. You need to just observe this equation carefully. You need to identify the transformations. This is horizontal stretch factor 2, and this is translation vector 0, 1. So there are two ways to describe this equation. Number one, horizontal stretch factor 2 followed by translation vector 0, 1. The other way is a transformation of stretch factor 2 with y-axis as invariant followed by a vertical translation by vector 0, 1. And the other way is horizontal stretch factor 2 followed by translation vector 0, 1. You can describe this in any way. Question number 3. The diagram shows part of the curve with equation y is equal to x square plus 1. The shaded region enclosed by the curve y-axis and the line y is equal to 5 is rotated 360 degree about the y-axis. So you need to use this formula for the volume of rotation. Find the volume obtained. Number one, you need to make x subject from this equation. This is x. Now substitute this x here with limits 1 and 5. This is here. Now get the simplified form of this, which is y minus 1. When you will integrate this, you will get y square upon 2 minus y, and these are the limits. Give your answer in terms of pi, because this is the exact answer. Question number 4. A curve has equation y is equal to x square minus 2x minus 3. A point is moving along the curve in such a way that at P, the y coordinate is increasing at 4 units per second. This is dy upon dt. And x coordinate is increasing at 6 units per second. This is dx upon dt. Since we have two rates, so we have to use chain rule. We need the x coordinate of P. We have this, we just need the expression of dy upon dx. And we can easily get the expression for dy upon dx by differentiating this with respect to x. When you will differentiate y with respect to x, you will get 2x minus 2. Now substitute dy upon dt, dy upon dx, and dx upon dt into this formula. When you will substitute these things into this formula, you will get this 4, 2x minus 2, 6. You just need to solve this equation for x. This is x 4 upon 3. Hence, the x coordinate of P is 4 upon 3. Next question, number 5. We need to solve this equation for this domain. Number 1, we need to cross multiply this denominator with this 2. So after the cross multiplication, we have this equation. Now bring everything on left hand side and simplify the equation. We have tan theta minus sin theta equals to 0 then. Now replace tan by sin upon cos and then take the LCM. After taking the LCM and simplifying the equation, we have sin theta minus 9 sin theta cos theta. Now take sin theta common. So we have either sin theta 0 or this equation is equal to 0. Sin theta is 0 at 3 values, 0, 180, 360. But since this is the domain, so we need to ignore these two answers. So the only answer is 0 when sin theta is 0 for this domain. Cos theta is positive in two quadrants, first and fourth. But since this is the domain, so you just need to work in first quadrant. That is the final answer. You need to ignore this answer. Hence, the final answer is 0 and 83.6. Make sure you will give your answer up to one decimal place. The non-exact answer. This is the non-exact answer. So this should be up to one decimal place. This is the exact answer. This is fine. Give non-exact answers up to one decimal place in degrees, and exact answers, leave the exact answers as it is. Next question. This is question number 6. The coefficient of 1 upon x in the expansion of is 720. You have two methods to solve this question. You can either expand this expansion, or you can use the TR plus 1 formula. This student used TR plus 1 formula is fine. So number one, we need to substitute everything into this formula except R, because we are working for R. So n is 5, R is copy R as it is, A is 2x and B is A upon x square. Now take out x from this formula. When you will bring all x from this formula, you will get this thing. Now equate these two x with the requirement, which is x power minus 1, to get the value of R. After getting the value of R, substitute R into this equation or this formula. Put into equation 1. When you will put 2 into this equation, you will get a squared 9 and a is plus minus 3. This was the requirement, the values of a. The next part of this question. Hence find the coefficient of 1 upon x7. Again, you need to compare these two x with x power minus 7. It's here, to get the value of R. After getting the value of R, substitute this R into equation 1 to get the coefficient of 1 upon x7, which is 810. Next question, number 7. The diagram shows a sector AOB, this sector, with center O and radius 6. I will discuss this solution and the remaining solution after the azan. We should listen azan carefully and answer the azan carefully. In this way, we get a lot of good deeds. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Qurratul aini bika ya Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wa Rasulullah. Qurratul aini bika ya Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Hayya ala falah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Hayya ala falah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wa sallam. Amin. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mawlana Muhammad wa sallim. Allahumma rabba hadhihi ad-da'wati at-tamma wa as-salati al-qa'imah. Ati Sayyidina Muhammadan al-wasilata wal-fadila wa ad-darajata ar-rafi'a wa ba'athu maqaman mahmudan alladhi wa'adta وارزقنا شفاعته يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين صلى الله عليه وسلم. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Question number 7. The diagram shows the sector AOB, means this sector AOB, with center O and radius 6 and angle 0.8 radians. The point C on OB is such that AC is perpendicular to OB. The arc CD is a part of circle with center O. Find the area of shaded region. For this area, we first need to work for this length, because this is the radius of this small sector, and for that we need to consider this triangle. We have hypotenuse, we have this angle, we can easily get this length. This is 6 cos 0.8. So we have this length OC is 6 cos 0.8. OC is 6 cos 0.8, which is 4.18. Now this area, this is very simple. Area of this triangle minus area of this sector. So area of triangle is half A B sine 0.8. It's here. Minus area of this sector, which is half radius square theta. Make sure you will give your answer up to 3 significant figures. Next question, 8. A woman's salary, basic salary for her first year with a particular company is $30,000. This is A, the first term. And at the end of the year, she also gets a bonus of $600. Find her first year, for her first year, express her bonus as a percentage of her basic salary. This is simple. This means 600 bonus upon salary, which is 30,000 times 100, which is 2%. Next part. At the end of each complete year, the woman's basic salary will increase by 3%. This is R, 1.03. Increase 3% means 3%, which means 1.03. And her bonus will increase by $100. Express the bonus she will be paid at the end of her 24th year as a percentage of the basic salary paid during that year. 24th year means T24. And we first need to work for T24. So T24 is this. I mean, salary follows GP and bonus follows AP because of the constant amount is increasing. So this part is of GP and this part is of AP. So bonus is according to situation follows an AP. This is AP and this is GP. So salary, basic salary follows the sequence GP and bonus follows the sequence AP. To make sure you will handle these two things carefully. So bonus is 2,900 at the end of 24th year, and salary, basic salary will be this. Now we have to express bonus as a percentage of the basic salary. This is 4.90%. Question number 9. Express this in the form So by comparing the coefficient method, we can easily express this into this form. So by comparing the like coefficient of like powers of x on both sides, we have 4a is equal to 12, which that means a is 3, and this constant, I mean these two constant terms will be 11. So b is minus 7. Make sure you will substitute the values of a and b into this equation. You can suppose this as equation number 1. Always substitute the values into equation 1. This is the required form of this, the requirement in fact. The function f is defined by the same function for this domain. So you can replace this function by this completed square form. It's here. So this function has this range according to this domain. If you will sketch this function for this domain, you'll get this sketch, this point. Minus 4 and the corresponding value is minus 5. When you will put minus 4 here, you'll get minus 5. And according to this sketch, the function is increasing from minus 5. So the range of this function with respect to this domain is f of x greater equal to minus 5. This will help you to write the domain of f inverse. We did this to write the answer of this thing, because the range of f is the domain of f inverse. Now we need expression for f inverse and state the domain of f inverse. We already have found the range of f, so the domain of f inverse will be same, but we just need to replace f of x by x. So this will be the domain for f inverse here. Now for the expression of f inverse, always use this completed the square form. Now number 1, separate this bracket, and for that you need to bring 7 on left hand side and 2 is also on left hand side. You'll get y plus 7 upon 2. Now take square root on both sides. When you will take square root, you will get two values, plus minus. Now since x is decreasing, so you need to take the negative sign for x. You decide this sign with respect to this domain. When the domain has lesser sign or lesser equal sign, then we always take negative sign, because x is decreasing, or vice versa. So the expression for f inverse is this. By replacing y by x and x by f inverse, we can get the expression for f inverse, which is minus under root x plus 7 upon 2 minus 3. Make sure you will make the proper root. This 2 is inside the root. And this is the domain of f inverse. I already have explained this part. We found this with the help of this. So two things are very important. In fact, three things are very important in this question. Number 1, use the completed this square form for inverse. Number 2, decide the sign carefully from these two. According to this domain, decide negative sign, take negative. We decided negative. And work for the range of this function for this domain, because this range will become the domain of f inverse. The next part of this question. The function g is defined by 2x minus 3 for x less than equal to k. For the case where k is minus 1, solve this equation. This is simple. First, work for fgx. We find fg by replacing x of f by g. This is the x of f, and we replace this by g, and we replace this x by g. This is equal to 193. So we have got minus 5. We got two values, but according to this domain, the answer is minus 5. The last part of this question. State the largest value of k. This part is important. State the largest value of k, this value, for the composite function fg to be defined. Well, for fg to be defined, this g, the range of g, this is very important. For fg to be defined, the range of g must be in the domain of f, or you can say the domain of f must contain the range of g. I discussed these things in detail in my composite functions lecture. If you are not, if you have difficulty to solve this part, or if you have any query regarding this part, and if you want to understand this part comprehensively in detail, or in detail, you must watch my lecture composite functions. So for fg to be defined, the range of the domain of f must contain the range of g. This is the rule. Let me repeat, the domain of f must contain the range of g. This is the domain of f. This must contain the range of g. So you need to replace x by g. When you will replace x by g, you will get this thing. G of x less than equal to minus 4. See, according to composite function rule, you need to replace the domain of f by the range of g. When you will do this thing, you will get the value of x minus half. It's here. This is g. And x is less than equal to minus half. Since x is less than equal to k, therefore k is minus half. The next the next question, number 10. The gradient of a curve at the point x comma y is this. The curve has a stationary point at a14, where a is a positive constant. Find the value of a. You just need to equate gradient to 0 at this value of a. So when this is 0, at x is equal to a, we have this. By solving this equation, we can get the value of a, positive 6. You just need to ignore negative 2 because a is a positive constant. Determine the nature of the stationary point. For that, you need to differentiate this. You need to work for second derivative. When you will differentiate this first derivative, you will get this thing. This half will become coefficient, and half minus 1 will become minus half. This x will become 1, minus 1. This is the simplified form of second derivative. You need to put 6 here. You are getting negative answer, so this point is maximum. Find the equation of the curve. For that, you need to integrate dy upon dx. So this left side will become y when you will integrate this, and on right hand side, make sure you will use a square bracket, because this sign of integral is multiplying with both the terms, and this dx is also multiplying with both the terms. So a square bracket is compulsory. Now integrate this carefully. When you will integrate this function will, this power will become 3 upon 2 and denominator 3 upon 2. So after cancellation, we have 2. 3 upon 2 is here. And this x will become minus x square upon 2. By substituting this point into this equation, we have c minus 4. Finally, we have this equation. We substituted minus 4 here and got this equation. This is the required equation of the curve. You must be good at integration. Next question. Solve the equation 3 tan square x minus 5 tan x minus 2 equals to 0 for this domain. So when you will solve this equation, you will get this form. This is the factorized form of this equation. You just need to break the middle term. So we have two values of tan, minus 1 upon 3 and 2. According to this domain, you can only work in first and second quadrant. So this tan is in second quadrant. So the answer is 161.6. You need to ignore this answer because tan is in second quadrant only, according to this domain. So from these two answers, the required answer is here, 161.6. Tan is positive, so it must be in first quadrant only because of this domain. So the answer must be 63.4. You need to reject this answer. So final answer is 63.4 and 161.6. Now the next part of this question is find the set of values of k for which this equation has no solution. That means no solution means b square minus 4ac less than 0. So you just need to put a, b, c into this equation. And this is the range of values of k, set of values of k. Make sure you will change the sign because you cancelled both negative. Whenever you cancel negative on both sides, change the sign. Whenever unknown has negative, always change the sign of inequality. Next part. This part is important. For the equation, state the value of k for which there are three solutions in the interval. See, we had two solutions here in this interval. Now they are saying for three solutions. See, if this constant is 0, then we can take tan x common. So if this constant will become 0, then we can take tan x common and we can have three solutions. See, if k is 0, then we have this equation. And tan 0 has these three solutions and here this solution. So we have three solutions, 0, 180 and 59.036. So you just need to observe the expression carefully. Let me explain this part again. I told you if this k will be 0, then we will get this equation. And when we will factorize this, we will have tan x, 3 tan x minus 5. So tan x has these three solutions and this equation will become this and we have this solution. So according to this domain, we have to reject this answer. So finally we have three solutions. So there are two answers, k is 0 and these are three possible solutions. I think this is the last question of this paper. Question 12. A diameter of a circle C1 has endpoints. So these are the endpoints of the diameter. Find an equation of the circle C1. This is simple. Since these are the endpoints, so by taking the midpoint of these 2 points, we can get the coordinates of center. And radius is simple. You can take distance of from center to this point or this point. So the distance between these 2 points will give you radius. This is the required equation of the circle. I use this equation. This is the standard equation of circle. Y minus b whole square is equal to r square. The circle C1 is translated by 8 and 4, this C1, this circle, to give C2. So this is simple, you did this in O levels, that translation plus object will give you image. So this is the translation vector, this is the object, and this is the image. Find the equation of circle 2. The radius will remain as it is. We just need to find the coordinates of this circles 2. And by using this formula, object plus translation is image, we can get the coordinates of center of this circle. center of first circle, translation vector, center of second circle. So the equation of second circle will become, you just need to replace minus 2 and plus 1 by this, 10 and 3. So minus 10, minus 3, 41. We use this formula, T plus O image here. Next point. The two circles intersect at the points R and S, here and here. So we need to solve these two equations simultaneously. So by solving these two equations simultaneously, we can get the equation of RS. It's here. Last point. Hence show that x coordinates of R and S satisfy this equation. This is simple. This is the equation of R and S. Just substitute this equation into equation of circle 2. This is the equation of circle 2. I mean, you just need to solve this equation with the equation of circle 2. You'll get this thing. This is done. An important advice for me and for everyone: we should be nice to others. Good luck. I'm extremely thankful to Miss Muskan Zahra, who helped me to make this lecture. Indeed, she is an outstanding student. May Allah Pak bless her always. Ameen. May Allah Pak give her the best grades. Ameen. Allah Hafiz.